Welcome to the ZB Philly Sports Podcast. This is episode 24, our Bobby Jones episode. Zach, how would you like to get us started?
Like we always do with the Phillies. Still no meaningful games yet. We're within tomorrow will be 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So big times are coming.
we got to see Mickey, well, not see Mick Abel pitch
Yeah.
yesterday because it wasn't televised, but Mick Abel pitch yesterday
We
with a
got to
16 ERA.
see what he could do.
Yes,
Um
it
Other
wasn't
than
bad.
that, no.
And Andrew Panner should be having a bullpen session soon. I think I saw
Okay.
that today. That's
Um
really all.
yeah, nothing really jumps out at me of spring numbers just yet, other than Cody hitting 370.
Yeah,
Ethan Wilson, he's only got 2 at bats, but he's batting 500. So
oh,
there's some guys like that haven't played much. Bryce Harper's batting 381 in spring. Is that something we should be looking at? I don't know. Bryson Stott batting 330, Bohm batting 220. Like, I don't know.
I don't know if it's
With 3 home runs.
putting much thought into.
Good Stubbs is batting 385. He's
Yeah,
going to be a starting catcher this year.
he's not even going to be starting in the majors this year.
No.
He's going
I
to be
think
starting in the minors.
I was gonna say, I think something that I guess has jumped out at me is, or something I kind of want to bring up, is one Aiden Miller batting 100
Yeah,
in spring training. He's a top prospect. In 10 at bats, he's got 2 hits, and the other one is Trey Turner that's batting .059.
oh, we got a hit.
He got hit.
He was hitless for a while.
He was hitless for a while. Finally got hit.
They've been so focused on his fielding. They probably
Yeah,
go out there and do whatever if you want. You can try some new stuff if you want.
yeah, I'm definitely. Pitching, on the other hand, Taiwan Walker has a win. That's probably the only win we're going to see him.
Yeah,
Christopher Sanchez is lighting up spring training. Only gave up 2 runs in 7.2 innings. He has 12 strikeouts. Hayes per 9, 14.1. So that's. Whip is .78 with a 235 ERA.
there's really not much to really talk about.
No, it's just, I don't know. It's spring. Nothing really.
It's all for the young guys. It would be
Yeah.
like us coming on here and talking about Aaron Pigs and Reading Phillies games every week.
Yeah, it's nothing unless it's more for the small teams actually. That's how I want to put it. It's more for the bottom dwellers to see the up and coming all-stars, potential players. Nothing too much. Nothing too crazy there.
Want to move on to the Flyers?
Yeah, let's do it. It was, again, nothing there.
You played against Giroux yesterday, right?
Did play against Drew yesterday. You are correct.
I saw a lot of the fans wearing their Giroux jerseys.
Doesn't help when you're not winning.
They have not won since our last podcast.
They have not won. I don't know how much I want to stay on this. Let's go through the trade deadline first.
Yeah.
Didn't get to post anything. I did stay tuned to our social medias on Friday. I was way too busy. I am sorry, I dropped the ball there, guys. I'll make sure for the deadlines and stuff like that. Maybe some here and there Eagles acquires. I'll get on. Nothing too big on the deadline.
Yeah.
Make off. I hated this at first. It was actually reading into it, figuring stuff out about it. It was actually pretty good. Kuzmakov was not going to sign here. So it was basically to get something. We got a third round pick from the Kings from him.
And we still retained 50% of his salary.
Yeah. So nothing too big, nothing too bad. The Scott Lawton you knew was happening.
Yeah.
Don't like that we gave up a 4th and a 6th round pick for Nikola Grabkin, I think is how you say his name.
But we got a first rounder in return.
We did get a first round in return. And then we traded Eric Johnson for Giovanni Smith, which the funny thing about that, as I told you, is he actually fought, those two actually fought in the beginning of the year when Grabbing was with Utah or San Jose. San Jose. I don't know. The Lawton trade, I don't think we got too much. I feel like we gave too much up for a guy who this regular season has played 7 games and had 2 shots on goal in 8 minutes of play. Apparently he's up and coming guy, Russian guy, another rookie. So they went young. He's
I'm looking up the names just so I can see them while you're talking.
nothing that we. I feel like it's another Michkov on the team. When you have 9 right wings and 3 left wings and 5 centers, I don't know. I think we have way too many right wing players, and we need to get rid of some. Giovanni Smith is actually another one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how the positions and everything work in hockey. Like, can the right wings play left wing? That kind of thing?
Well, when you basically can play it, you could play anywhere. Right wing and left wing are the same. Usually, typically, what I've figured out, I'm just starting to get into hockey more and more. Typically, you see more and more guys that are on each wing are usually more they shoot that way.
Yeah.
Giovanni this year has played 13 games, no goals, 5 shots, 6 minutes, almost a shot a minute. I don't know. I think post deadline play has shown how successful our
Yep.
our deadline accusations were. Yeah. There's nothing there. We're not going to make the playoffs this year, which was known. Because, like I said when we were getting close, it's nothing to get excited for because there's a potential that there's nothing there.
Yeah. We are
in the seventh, and we're in the bottom of the wild card race.
Yeah. 8 points behind, I think. Unless my math doesn't check out.
Yeah, I'm looking something up quick. I know I want to get the exact number. We have, it looks like 3 first round picks. Wait, hold on. They have 11 picks and 6 picks in 26.
Okay.
So they have 7 picks in the first 2 rounds. I don't know. It's just I need to get more knowledgeable in the who's coming up. I do know from watching the World Juniors how good talent is out there. Let me look up one guy from Penn State. Again, I know I'm biased because I like that.
Same way with Michigan if I watch hockey.
Actually, not Michigan, but Michigan State, who I don't know if you saw this because you don't really follow hockey. Penn State just actually upsetted Michigan in the Big Ten tournament at the home ice. Actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Jimmy Dow Jr. I know he's pretty good, but he's not the guy I'm looking for. Where is he? Where is he? Think. Where are you? Think. There's a guy who's on the juniors. Augustine. I can't think of his first name. He was on World Junior, so he's good. Penn State think.
Ray Augustine?
Yeah, Trey Augustine. I would like him in net. Aiden Fink. Don't think he's been drafted by anyone yet. He was drafted in the 7th round by the National Predators in last year's entry draft. Now, the true hockey fans out there, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can be part of a NHL team and still play hockey. I think it's something like that, where like you can wait to accept, like if you wanted to participate in college hockey for 4 years, you could participate in 4 years, and then before the draft deadline that you have to pick, I think you can pick if you want to go to that team. So like say we pick someone and they would be like, oh, I want to go to college, and then they say in 4 years say we're awful and they don't want to be part of a rebuild, they can be like, no, I don't want to play for you, and go into the draft.
Okay. So kind of similar to MLB.
Kind of, sort of.
Drafted at such a young age. Oh, Andre Drummond is active.
There's also Riley Leonard, who was a big key piece for the juniors. He was also drafted by the Capitals, 8th overall. So I don't know what the entry. Let's look at that. Let's do on podcast research. We can all learn together. Entry draft NHL. Is an annual meeting in which every franchise of the National Hockey League systemically selects the rights to available ice hockey players who meet draft eligibility requirements. North America, players 18 to 20 years old, and Europe international players 18 to 21 years old. All other enter the league. The NHL draft is held once a year, generally within 2 to 3 months after the conclusion of the previous regular season. During the draft, teams take turns selecting amateur players from junior or collegiate leagues and professional players from European League.
Okay.
That didn't give me much. I don't even know how to look up what I'm trying to look for.
That's just something you gotta ask someone.
Yeah. I'll get back to that. I will report and I'll get back to see.
I'll look into it as well. I'll actually just ask people.
NHL prospect rankings. I know there's one guy in particular that the Flyers have apparently very high on. I can't find him. Or maybe they have him already. I don't know. After podcast, I will report and get back.
All right.
I feel like I'm just rambling on about how bad the Flyers are. Let's ramble on how bad the Sixers are.
Yeah, you did more than I would have for the Sixers. We recorded last Wednesday, correct? Or Thursday. Either way, we didn't record on Tuesday, so we've played 3 games. We lost to the Celtics Thursday.
That's
23, 1-5. And then on Sunday, we actually won. We beat the Jazz by 4. I really thought we were going to lose that game. And then the next day, we lost to the Hawks, 132-123. I don't know. We have injuries right now. Paul George and Tyrese Maxey haven't played in that stretch.
Mm-hmm.
No timeline for either returning off the top of my head. I know it's Maxey, they said a few weeks, and George was day-to-day. Now I think they said he's definitely out at least 1 to 2 weeks. Tonight, as you heard me say, Drummond is active against the Raptors. Yabusele is out. Let's see, is anyone else out?
Like Yabusele has no. I just saw him play in Atlanta.
Yes, you've seen him play, but he hasn't done much lately. That's
Yeah, I was
why
going to
you
say.
like
I
his
feel
last
like
few games: 7 points, 0 points, 4 points, 18, 9, 18, 0, 5, 4, 5, 8.
And I
He
feel like
hasn't scored
when
over 20 since February 2nd.
I feel like when we were in Philly, we watched the game. We were at the game together. I feel like he was balling out, and we were like, "Oh, I've seen Lonnie Walker's been
Mm-hmm.
doing pretty
And
good."
as I said, a month before we got him, 2 months before we got him, that's who I want us to get. But yeah, we play against the Raptors tonight in Toronto. They have one more loss than us, but we have the same amount of wins. They are favored 22 by 4.5.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's basically what we are. I'm rooting for them to lose at this point.
I'm rooting for them to lose too. Well, actually, to get on that topic, because we are getting towards March. I don't know if you want to say anything about college basketball.
Do want to say something quick about these past games.
Okay, let's get to this
Against
first.
Utah, Adam Bana had 14 points, which was a career high, 14 rebounds, which was a career high, 2 steals, which was a career high, and 5 blocks, which was a career high. Only one other Sixers rookie has had those numbers in a game, and it was Sean Bradley many years ago.
I don't even remember that name.
It's before our time.
Oh,
yeah,
that's why I don't remember it.
Yeah, that's all I had to say about those games. There's one good thing that has happened.
I don't know how much you want to get on. I know you're amazing blue.
Mhm.
Pretty good right now. I know there's a lot of tournaments going on right now. I don't know if you saw anything.
I think Michigan is not competing for the Big Ten title. I think Michigan State got it. I don't
They
know.
might have got the regular season.
Yeah.
There's still a Big Ten tournament that you can win. But did you see that apparently Cooper's Flag's dad was lip read that he said that he's staying another year?
Yes,
I
and
know.
Cooper Flag has said he's undecided about going to the NBA.
I think he wants to. How long can he wait?
He'd be making a lot more money now staying in college, I think. I don't know what his NIL deal stuff is. In the long run, it would be smarter to go to the NBA, in my opinion, because you'll have more contracts. But we could see a lot more people because of NIL staying there for 2, 3, maybe even 4 years. Okay, Michigan's number 3 in the bracket. Sorry. I just had a bet on Michigan winning the Big Ten. And I lost it, so I kind of assumed it was over. I don't watch much college basketball. I like it, but I just rarely watch it because it's on at such weird times. I don't usually have a chance to watch it.
I love college basketball, especially this time of college basketball.
Earlier today, I was bored and watched Michigan March Madness highlights from 2018.
Let's see if there's. I don't know how Villanova plays in the first round against Seton Hall tonight. For you, Pennsylvania, I think Delaware played. Yes, LaSalle beat Massachusetts in the first round.
Okay.
We're just gonna go through that Philadelphia. Let's see. CCA. Delaware lost to UNC Wilmington. Unfortunately, they were so good. Now, I don't know where Temple is nowadays. In the ACC, ASUN?
I don't know.
American.
Did you see Penn against Villanova in lacrosse?
No.
2 days ago? A really long field goal, like from behind their net, launched all the way over into the other net. Or
Really?
goal, whatever you want to call it. It was impressive.
Cool. Well, Penn is not in the semifinals. Where the hell is Nova? But they were in the American Big East, maybe? No, that's that.
Villanova plays Seton Hall tonight.
But what was
Tournament.
Temple?
They play tomorrow against Tulsa Golden Hurricane in the AAC tournament.
AAC. AAC would
Temple's a
be.
7 seed. Villanova is a 6 seed.
That's why, because I didn't go
They're
over.
playing against 7 and 24 Seton Hall.
Temple?
No, Nova.
Oh, but yeah. I don't know. There's not much to talk about in the Big Ten, or not in the Big Ten, in basketball right now. There's some winners here, there's some losers there.
Yeah. Before I get into the upcoming games for the Sixers, since you brought up the draft, the current odds for the Sixers, the highest odds we have are for the eighth pick right now, which means we would not get the pick. We are unable to get pick 5 or 6, according to this. We have 8.5% chance to get pick 4, 8.1 for 3, 7.8 for 2, 7.5 for 1.
Okay.
Which number were we? 7? Yeah, we're currently 7th worst record. So we gotta lose some more games in order to fall more. If we lose to the Raptors tonight, we would move down to 6th. Then
We need loss.
all the odds would go up for the lower picks and then go down for those higher picks that we don't want. The NBA lottery is so confusing. As you probably know, top 3 teams have the same odds for the first overall pick. But say you're the Washington Wizards and you have the worst record, you can go only down to 5, and then each pick goes down 1 more. Like the lowest we can go is 11.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
As of right now, the lowest we can go is 11.
I also don't see.
Let me pull up the standings really quick.
It's funny to me how the Wizards are worse than the Jazz, and the Wizards are already eliminated from the playoffs.
Yep.
That just makes me laugh a little bit. Gives me a little tickle in my tummy.
Let me see the Nets thing really quick.
The funny thing is, we're above the Raptors by 0.5.
Yep. Same with the Nets. We're above them by 0.5 as well. So they play the Bulls tomorrow. The Bulls are right ahead of us. So the Bulls are going to want to win so they can stay in the play-in right now. If the Raptors win tonight and the Nets win tonight, we would move down to the 13 seed.
But the Bulls have games on them. Right. Not that they want to lose, but say we lose tonight, the Raptors would go ahead of us. The Knicks would stay below us.
Yep. You mean the Bulls?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Nets would, if they were to beat Chicago, they would go up. Then
and the Pelicans, who are the 14 seed, are 18 and 48, and the Spurs are 26 and 37. So the Spurs are higher than us. The next team we would have to go for is the Pelicans, and they actually are playing winning basketball right now because of Zion.
That's good.
He's been pointing Zion. So there is a chance we could go down to the 4 seed even, or the 4th highest odds. Sorry.
Yeah, you want to eliminate tanking, but
wow,
we're going to get on the all sports real quick here because hot take, I think they should eliminate these lotteries, but find something where it's like you're penalized if you had the team to make a run. Well, I guess that would eliminate.
Well, the Jazz today were fined $100,000 for the player policy, whatever, because they didn't play Lauri Markkanen when he was fully healthy to play.
But stuff like do that where there's a say the Sixers just could not win anymore because Embiid was shut down for the rest of the year. Paul George has a injury that puts him out 3 months. Maxey goes, okay, actually, I'm going to fix all my problems that I've been having right now. Like, it's stuff like dumb stuff like that. And say they go on a they lose 10 straight and the Wizards win 10 straight. What, didn't we go on a 9-game losing streak?
Yeah, there's no way the Wizards are going to go on a even 5-game winning streak, though.
But say they would, and
Yeah.
and the Sixers would the worst team. They should get the first pick because Cooper Flag could boost them from being 11 seed basically to a 4 or 5 seed.
Right, but then that keeps those low teams stuck in purgatory pretty much.
That is another way, I guess.
Like, as a Sixers fan, completely agree with you on that. As an NBA fan, just knowing how the NBA does whatever, I know that they wouldn't do that because there would be no sense in having 30 teams then. Why not just cut it down to 20 and have everyone compete every year?
My other, and this will get into NFL soon, probably, because we need more people. I'm just going to mention his name. We don't have to go into it yet. Howie Roseman. We need more people like him who, well, as a team owner, you would want a guy like Howie that knows how to draft.
Yes, I agree. But like free agency and stuff in like the NBA is completely different than the NFL because
Yeah.
98% of contracts in the NBA are fully guaranteed. You can't just get out of like, oh, we still have to pay this guy $50 million for the next 2 years. But
Could
we're
have
going to
draft cap.
you can't really do that unless you're trading him to like the Wizards, who they often don't even have enough cap space to do that.
Yeah, I get it. Then they need to redo again.
Yeah, but if
Something
they get more
else.
cap space than like the Lakers and the Celtics, they get to just keep signing everyone then.
I forgot I wanted to bring this up in the baseball segment. We have the 2026 All-Star game, right? We might not have the 2026 All-Star game.
Why?
There might be a lockout for the 2026 season.
I'm sure they'll
Player
have it.
lockout. Because some owners want a salary cap, but how could you have a salary cap or put a salary cap in a sport that's never had a salary cap? So you would have to grandfather everyone in that has these big contracts, or be like, hey, these are fully guaranteed contracts to get us down to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you either have to like grandfather those teams, those players in, or that team's gonna have to be like fully guaranteed the money now.
What I like to that point, what I would do for that is, okay, this year we're gonna start getting rid of all this deferred money. You can defer in whatever payments you want, but it hits the cap that year. And then a few years after that is when salary cap would go into place, like that kind of thing. That's how I would go about doing that.
But even if you do that, how
I don't know.
That's
gonna be a very difficult thing to do.
You never know. You could find someone that's better than Shohei out there. There's always someone better.
Right.
And what Shohei can make $700 million or whatever he's making right now.
Yeah.
But this next guy can only we can only pay you 25 a year.
Right. But to that point, the Dodgers, for example, wouldn't be able to sign anyone if they do a salary cap. They'd just be stuck and can't sign anyone. And then they would almost have to trade a bunch of their players away.
Or they just got to vibe with the players until they can start signing again.
Right.
Which, again, you'll get the... It might be good if you do it that way, because then you're taking the good teams now and you're making them bad teams, and you're making the bad teams good teams.
Right.
And then it's, oh, well, now we have the A's competing against the Reds again, like they did in the 70s for a championship. Now you have these lower market teams who now can compete because the fans are back in on the club, because the half decent baseball team is playing the another half decent baseball team, because the Dodgers can't buy a championship anymore.
Right. That
Now,
would be good.
I feel like the Phillies have put a lot of money in too, but the big contracts are two guys, Harper and Turner.
Yeah.
And by the time this salary cap thing rolls around, Harp's going to be at the end of his deal, and you'll really only have Turner.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And if you bring in a salary cap, that will probably change how a lot of teams go about their prospects.
Yeah.
Prospects will get a lot more value.
The other thing is everyone's like, oh, if Harp's asking for this contract, why not just you have the money in the world? Why not just extend them? I think this is why. I think that there's a potential, like what we just talked about, where it's like at a certain point you're either going to have to buy out his contract and make it fully guaranteed, or you're going to have to just go in with nothing at that point. So I wonder if that's why they're not extending. I wonder if that's why we have not got a deal done with JT yet.
But you also would have to get the players to agree with this as well.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot.
Yeah. But I think they'll do whatever they can to have the All-Star game happen next year, because what time of year does it usually happen? Like end of June,
July.
beginning of July?
Middle of July.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was earlier in July. Because in my eyes, like they've had it set in Philly for a while. I thought they did that on purpose because it's the 250th anniversary of the United States. That might be the reason. I don't know.
I think that's the reason. I don't know. Again, if they don't have the season, they can't have an All-Star game.
Right.
How are you going to have All-Stars if no one's played?
Right. I don't know.
And if some players are in on this, well, say, okay, we're going to have the season without you, and be like, well, now you got to bring up all your minor league guys.
Right. I don't know.
Want to head to the Eagles?
Hold on. Really quick while I still have the standings pulled up. The Cavs are on a 15-game win streak.
I saw they clinched.
Yeah. They're 55-10 right now. The next highest win streak is 5, and it's the Warriors, Timberwolves, and Celtics. Yeah. The Celtics, who are a very, very good team, are 8 games behind the Cavaliers.
The best team in NBA. I want to, what, it's 82 games for NBA?
Yeah.
I think it's 82 for the NHL too. Best team, 55-10, like we just said. Basketball. Hockey, it's I guess it's not far off. 43-14. But like, isn't it crazy that those two sports, it's like you have what, 10 losses?
Yeah.
To the best teams, around 10 losses, which is crazy.
All right, I'm good at basketball then.
Gotcha.
So, how would you like to get the Eagles started?
Well, first, while we've been recording, has anything happened?
Nope.
Okay.
Besides AJ Dillon and what's his name? Ben Van Sumeren, sorry. We've re-signed him to a 1-year deal. AJ Dillon, we signed to a 1-year deal. I love that for the tush push, specifically, because if you add Jalen Hurts, Barkley, and AJ Dillon together, they squat 1,800 pounds.
Yeah. Excuse me. I don't know. I feel like we've lost a lot, and like that video you sent me, I think Howie's about to cook. I think he's about to be like, you know what? We're gonna cook. We're gonna get.
He asked us all for patience, and I'm still riding with him for now. It looked like they were very interested in Justin Reed before he signed elsewhere. And I think that's why we traded CJ Gardner-Johnson. Before we get into that trade, I kind of understand it because he's not a very Vic Fangio safety. I still love CJ. Don't like that we won't have him because he was like the attitude of our team, but I understand it. I think we'll go out there and sign someone like Justin Blackman or Julian Blackman or Justin Simmons.
We are used to out there.
Yeah, even if it's just for a 1 or 2 year contract, because they're apparently so high on Sidney Brown.
Okay. Sidney Brown. Yeah. I can
Do
see
you
that.
want to talk about the CJ trade quick?
Yeah, let's hop in that.
Because we got Kenyon Green. He
Which
did not look very good.
I was gonna say, but did Makai Becton look good with the Jets before he came to?
Exactly what I've said to everyone else.
Like,
Now, he didn't look good, but Kenyon Green, 76th out of 77 guards for offensive grade. Pass blocking grade, 69th out of 73. Run block grade, 73 out of 73. So he's quite possibly the worst guard statistically. While I'm reading some things that the Texans fans have said, he has no work ethic at all, who, again, seemed very lazy and didn't have a work ethic.
I was trying to see where you went with that, but I see where you went with that.
Yep. I don't know. I almost feel like this won't really be a big year for us free agent wise, and I think it'll be more of next year.
I want to say it's going to be more drafting.
Right.
And we're going to get into all of our draft news, all that, about the draft in about a little over a month. Some guy that you wanted at the deadline is now out in free agency. Do they go out and get him?
Who is that again?
Cooper Kupp.
Yes.
Stephon Diggs is still out there.
I'd love them to get Cooper Kupp, but I think someone like the Patriots or the Raiders will pay him a lot. Same with Stephon Diggs. Could see him going to one of those teams and getting a lot of money.
When it cooks.
But DeAndre Hopkins just went to the Ravens. So now the Chiefs need wide receivers. Stephon Diggs, who hasn't won a Super Bowl, very likely go there. Cooper Kupp, who probably wants more rings, could probably go there.
Yeah.
And get
Amari Cooper's still out there too.
I think Amari Cooper is the most likely of the three. I don't know though.
There's just still so much out. Like,
yeah.
So much that, like, we're, what, 2 days into this?
Not even. Free agency technically started 3.5 hours ago.
When did it technically start doing that? I thought it started yesterday.
No, that was a legal tampering period.
Oh.
Yeah.
And everyone still freaking signed yesterday. But
yep.
For the past 2 days.
Because they made it official today. Like, Darius Slay officially signed to the Steelers today. While talking about him, Kenneth Gainwell also went to the Steelers. Oren Burks went to the Bengals. Josh Sweat to the Cardinals. Milton Williams to the Patriots. Isaiah Rodgers to the Vikings. Kenny Pickett to the Browns.
My other thing would be all the way up here. I guess it's more. Are you riding with what's his name? Jake Elliott?
They probably will. I haven't heard anything about that, so they probably will.
Nick Folk is out there. Matt Patter's out there.
If they get a new kicker, it would be a young guy, I would think.
Do we think any defensive guys will?
We need a lot more defensive guys now.
Do we think they're gonna draft? We're gonna get more in depth in this, but as of right now, I will say this: there are 20 draft picks in the next 2 years.
Yep.
Do you wait?
Of which in the first 4 rounds.
Do you wait until? So okay, actually, I want to say this: Trey Hendrickson is still $21 million a year, but is out there. Or not out there, looking for a trade. What about, and now would be, he's looking for a trade.
Goddard is also looking for a trade. They granted him permission to seek a trade after saying, after the rumors came out that Eagles are looking for a 4th round pick for Goddard.
Someone who's going to be a free agent soon. I forget exactly when. I think he might be listed. Defensive end, maybe. I think he's up in 26. I guess he's not up anytime soon. Michael Parsons.
Yes.
Could it be a mid-season trade? Is that why they're letting Milton Williams and
No, if
you don't
we
think the
ever get
Cowboys would
Micah
do it?
Parsons, it will be in free agency. The Patriots would not trade him to us. Not the Patriots.
Cowboys.
Sorry, I just read the Patriots for the signing. The Cowboys. Wow.
I just feel like there's got to be something big coming for the Eagles.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like Lane Johnson even tweeted Howie season, but did he tweet that just because Howie always has great off seasons? But at the same time, would you be mad if they had a bad off season? Like, yeah, like we just won the Super Bowl.
Just won the Super Bowl.
We have a
coming
bunch
off.
of young guys and other people under contract now. If we don't have a great year next year, even with this current roster, we'll probably be top 3 seed in the NFC.
Realistically, if it's scripted, like we all say, I will guarantee it now. If it would be the Chiefs winning next year.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce coming back for 1 year, returning that year after he basically said on the podcast that he would have retired if he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Coming back, winning it, being like, okay, I'm done. I got that last one. It's a great 13 years or something like that in the league.
But
I don't know.
Speaking of returning and whatnot, do you think Brandon Graham is going to retire?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he's another guy that's on his high horse out.
Yep. I think it would make sense for him to retire, like going out on top.
What would make sense is, again, defensive end. It's Howie's season. Let him retire. Bring him, and I could see him being like a Kelce. Well, not to give too much away about our draft yet, but I think what that Lane Johnson tweet is there's something big happening in the draft. And the last time something big happened in the draft, it was AJ Brown.
That's true.
They traded the early pick for the Titans for AJ Brown.
Yep. But that's another thing, like all the Eagles fans have to think about. It's not all going to happen in the first 2 days. We have a whole off season. People are also going to hold out to hopefully get better contracts. Teams are going to wait because people want so much money that they'll go for cheaper once it gets closer to the year.
Yep. And the Giants and Browns are both looking at Russ for a QB option. Are the Browns going to be? Do the Browns want to be at 2? What are the Giants going to do?
What are the Browns doing with Deshaun Watson?
I don't know. Benching him,
I guess.
Releasing him. But you got to think, what are the Browns now going to do after they re-signed Myles Garrett and they just got a top 15 QB? Well, what are the Giants going to do? Because now they could potentially take Travis Hunter with the second round pick.
Right. Where did Daniel Jones just go to? The Colts.
Yes.
Does that mean Anthony Richardson is now available, and these teams who want a young quarterback liked what they saw in him?
I don't know. I think it's going to be more of like a bench guy.
Yeah.
I think the same thing goes for Anthony Richardson. He just has no worth ethic.
Bring him in as our backup, and we'll work on that.
Didn't we just bring in a guy to be a backup?
No, Tanner McKee's going to be our quarterback too.
Oh, yes, that's what
I
said.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson, I think that's his name.
Yeah. I was thinking about Tanner Smith.
He is practice squad quarterback his whole career.
At best.
Yeah. I think we got him, or someone got him, on their practice squad when they were playing the Ravens this past season.
The Browns.
Because he apparently plays like... No, I'm saying
Oh,
The week they were playing the Ravens, they got him on their practice squad to mimic Lamar. I think they did that for the Eagles a few times as well to mimic Hurts. That's kind
imagine
of the role
mimicking
he's
Hurts and then going to back him up.
Yeah, but
I
he'll be
don't know, but
number 3.
also Geno Smith and the Seahawks.
Yep.
What are the Seahawks gonna do with that pick?
Seahawks got rid of everyone.
Yeah,
Didn't they sign someone earlier?
they signed Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Panthers are reaching a deal with Rico Dowdle.
Yep.
One-year
DeMarcus
deal.
Lawrence to the Seahawks. That's who.
Yeah. Well, sorry, not Seahawks. Did I say Seahawks or Raiders?
Seahawks.
I meant Raiders. But yeah, the Seahawks have the no pick in the first round.
Yeah.
They don't have a pick in the first. Who has the pick?
I don't know.
Oh no, they have the 18th pick.
Okay.
So what are they? Are they going to try to trade up? The Eagles at 32. The last time they traded up was in Lamar's draft, and the Baltimore Ravens drafted Lamar.
Yeah. I don't know. This is gonna be a very interesting draft for the Eagles. I still have them drafting. What's his name from Michigan?
Loveland.
Yep, in the second round or the very last pick in the first round.
My thing is maybe not one yet. We'll see what the Titans do this offseason if we just see. The Browns, I could see trading their pick. I could see the Giants going out and still getting someone.
Yeah.
If they don't get Russ, that will be traded away. I don't think the Patriots will stay at 4. Jags, I could see staying at 5. Raiders, I don't see staying at 6. The Jets, I don't see staying at 7. Panthers, I could see staying at 8.
Saints, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets. Never mind, they have Breece Hall. Forgot they have a Breece Hall. Never mind. I was going to say I could see them drafting Genty if he's still there.
I see even the Bears giving up their pick.
Yeah.
Just because what do they've been on a give me this, give me that pick street, the free agency that it's crazy.
Yeah, I still think there will be at least 3 Michigan guys in the first round.
I see two Penn State guys in the top 5.
Yeah. Will Howard will be top 10 and Mason Graham will be top 15.
I think if I was a certain club, our in-state rivals, if I was the Steelers, I would write down the numbers of each top 10 team and cross them off one by one to see who would give you the pick and go draft Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart is I think he's the second or third best available.
Really quick, speaking of the Steelers, I saw something really funny. And someone said, I just realized that Pickens will probably kill Slay at some point during the season because Slay will go on the podcast and talk shit on his team, and Pickens will just go kill him.
I did see that. I saw other things of 2 players fighting, and it's
Metcalf and Pickens.
Yep. Thank you. I don't know. Jackson Dart's the third best.
Yeah. But that's how the Steelers can stay in mediocrity. Because their receivers will get suspended and then no one can catch balls anymore.
Pause. I don't know. We have still a month of free agency.
And who are going to be the, for lack of better words, Rashad Penny signings?
Yeah. It's going to get fun at the beginning of the draft.
Yeah.
And it's going to get
completely agree.
Really fun in the middle of the draft, too.
Yep.
Because you can keep going. The Niners, what do they realistically need? A new wide receiver? Okay. Let's just say Travis Hunter's not there. Well, you have McMillan from Arizona, Matthew Golden from Texas. You have Luther Vaughn the third from Missouri. You have Trey Harris from Ole Miss, and you still have Ibuka from Ohio. Like those, and Tez Johnson. Where is he gonna? Like it's
Right. No, I'm actually excited to watch the draft this year just because of what moves are going to be happening.
you can't predict it. Usually, you can
Yeah.
predict the first five.
Yeah.
You can't predict. Like
Right.
what if Tennessee said, "Screw it, we're going to take Travis Hunter."
Right.
Like
Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter would not surprise me if either of them are top 2. Also wouldn't surprise me if either of them don't go until like 10.
Like
I don't know.
Need to stop saying like, but you still have QBs out there that you could go get.
Yeah. There's plenty of people.
Oh my God, Sam Clifford's a free agent. Or am I on the wrong year? I might be on the wrong year. I'm on the wrong.
I feel like we're just going down a rabbit hole right now.
Yeah. Switch.
I don't really have much else to talk about.
Nothing?
No. Nothing else has happened. I keep going in and there's no new rumors or anything I'm even seeing.
Okay.
I do
Wanna cut it
like
here?
the AJ Dillon signing.
I do too.
A lot of people are hating it so far. I like it. I've always been an AJ Dillon fan. Was he injured last year, or did he just have a really bad year? Because
I
didn't
think he
hear
was
about it.
injured.
Okay. Yeah, you want to call it and go watch the Sixers?
Let's go watch a poverty basketball franchise.
Yep. All right. Well, see you guys next week.
Peace.